fellow wars. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today I have for you Kevin Costner defends physical media and says DVD is not dead. Now, I thought about not doing this video because I have done a bunch of videos, if not hundreds of videos, talking about how I don't believe DVD is dead. DVD, physical media, Blu-ray, 4K, all that is not dead or is dying in any way, shape, or form. But I'm kind of curious to hear what Kevin Costner has to say. So let's get into this and see what I have to say as we get into it. So we'll bring up the article here from JoeBlow.com. Says Kevin Costner on physical media. DVD is not dead. Kevin Costner defends physical media, saying DVD is not dead, and that's just what they'd have you believe. Ooh, interesting, Kevin. By Kevin Frazier. So let's get into this. See what Kevin Costner, however you feel about him, there's Kevin Costner. Let's see what he has to say on physical media. It says, we're big champions of physical media here at Joe Blow. We're also big champions of physical media here, right here on FanZcene Vids, So if you like physical media, if you like, reviews, horror movies, independent films, sci-fi, 80s and 90s nostalgia, please click that subscribe button. Maybe give this video a like if you do like what you see as this goes on, because it will help out my channel immensely. But with all that being said, it continues and says, and despite ongoing claims that it will soon be going the way of the dodo, we've yet to see its demise. Exactly, 100%. We have not seen the demise of physical media in any way, shape, or form. Really what I think we're seeing, and that I think most of us have said and most people have seen, is that it's the demise of physical media within brick and mortar stores, if not the demise of brick and mortar stores. Physical media is still readily available. It may be harder in some areas to go out and buy some, which is sad, and I see why so many people think it's dead or dying. And that's just the way it is at this point in time. But it's still here; it's still being made. There's more physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks being produced in this day and age of 2024 than there has ever been, ever. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact. And continued by saying, Kevin Costner is also a big fan of physical media. And when asked by Deadline about the supposed death of the DVD, he was quick to jump to his defense by saying, death of what? DVD is not dead at all, Kevin Costner said. Kudos to you, Kevin Costner. That's what they'd have you believe. I like how he says that's what they'd have you believe. Who's they? That's interesting. Maybe it's not making the same amount of money, but just try to go and ask for that from the studio. Interesting. Yes. Nobody has ever denied. I have never denied that physical media sales have declined throughout the years, but however, it is still a billion-dollar industry. And what I really think is the studio heads don't get physical media. They're more than willing to sell you physical media and everything like that, but they put all their money into streaming, and streaming, I don't care what anybody says, is a bad business model. It is losing millions of dollars daily. We've covered that here on the channel, but I understand why so many people like it. It's ease and comfort for them. However, it's destroying a lot of entertainment. It's destroying a lot of things, and the studio heads don't really know what to do. They have to make streaming successful, and they keep losing money, but they still have physical media on the side, which they're still willing to sell you. That is obvious. They're still willing to sell you because the people that work in the physical media department still love physical media. They still collect physical media. It's just the studios don't know how to change with the times, with the people that do buy physical media. And I think that's the biggest problem we have is the masses have sort of moved on from physical media, but as DVD, they keep saying DVD. Whether you like it or not, as a collector, most people see Blu-rays, 4Ks, and DVDs as DVDs. It's DVDs to them, and DVDs are still the number one selling thing. People who will buy physical media will typically buy that aren't collectors that will typically buy a DVD of their favorite, which I highly recommend. You do buy at least a DVD. I would recommend a Blu-ray because Blu-ray is better quality, but I understand why you would want to go DVD. Always buy your favorites on a physical copy. But yes, I do believe the studios are still giving us physical media, albeit scaled back, not understanding how to market to the people who are buying physical media and not understanding physical DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks in general because of their main focus on streaming. But I love that people like Kevin Costner and so many others within the industry like this, and Christopher Nolan and stuff like that, are sticking up for physical media. Now, if they could just reach these studio heads and be like, hey, and Kevin Costner continues by saying, they won't give that up. A lot of people that like my movies, they can't get to a theater and they're waiting for that moment. That is true. That is true. But also, I will have to say, some people that can't get to theater, they just wait for digital, which is another thorn in the side of physical media. You can't make your film for the opening weekend. You have to make it for its life. That is true. And yes, this is something similar to what Matt Damon has said before in the past. However, Matt Damon said, the movies that he made, back in the 90s that wouldn't do so well in the theater, they would have a second turn on physical media. Maybe Kevin Costner doesn't quite understand all that, which I play devil's advocate here, because yes, a lot of people will go digital. If they can't get to the theater, they will go to the digital thing. But there are still people out there, especially in rural areas, which I've seen many, many times, that will wait for the DVD and buy a DVD of it. So I like his train of thought here, but also I do want to, give both sides of the story. Yes, I don't think physical media is dead or dying. I do think you have to make a movie that will withstand its test of time. There are people that can't get to theaters. There are people who can't stream. There are people who can't do digital, and they want that DVD. So I think that is very vastly important that there's a DVD, a Blu-ray, a 4K of something. And I think Kevin Costner has the right attitude about it, but I do worry about certain things. And it continues on by saying, while it's true that studios haven't been putting the same importance on physical media, which I said that earlier, as they once did, it's been great to see boutique labels pick up the slack over the years. Lesser known movies from around the globe have been given the prestige treatment, and I've certainly discovered many new favorites thanks to Criterion, Area Video, Kino Lorber, Vinegar Syndrome, F Shout Factory, F Scream Factory, and more. Additionally, fans are growing tired of content purchase on streaming services, which could be leading to a physical media comeback. And I have been saying that myself for a very long time. I've done lots of videos that I highly support boutique labels, especially like the ones they've listed. I mean, Shout Factory, now Scream Factory, that they've gone down in my book a lot here lately. But I highly recommend boutique labels. I think boutique labels are extremely important and doing very great work with physical media and keeping alive. I have found so many movies that I have never seen before, or that I remember seeing when I was younger, that I forgot about on physical copy from them. And I absolutely love that. And I just wish the studios could sort of catch up with the boutique labels, or for that matter, instead of like Disney licensing things, their movies to Sony, which is great. It's great. We'll see what Sony makes. But maybe if these studios would actually license some of their titles to like Criterion or Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome or other boutique labels like that, I think that could be very, very beneficial. I think that's when I was talking about earlier about how studios don't know how to market or do what to do with their physical media. They're still making money off it, but they don't know what to do with it because they're so focused on streaming. Well, let them lose money on streaming and give these titles to companies that will care for them and make awesome Blu-rays and 4Ks and release them, but maybe give them some money where they can produce a little more, because I know people get really mad when it's just a limited run of a movie and then that movie goes OOP and you get stupid ass scalpers on eBay charging outrageous amounts of money. So maybe help out these boutique labels by giving them a little extra money to make these. I don't know. This is just me spitballing. I don't really want studios to micromanage boutique labels. I don't, because boutique labels know what they're doing, and I love that they've done so much. And I agree with Kevin Costner. DVD is not dead, not dying, not going anywhere. The article, it says Kevin Costner's next project. It looks like the article just talks about Kevin Costner, his movie, his upcoming movie Horizon, an American Saga. So there you guys have it. Kevin Costner says DVD is not dead. It's physical media is alive. He supports it. I think he's right. I think he is right. I believe I'm right. But like I said, I know the masses have moved on from physical media. The masses have. DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, vinyl, all that. They love the streaming and everything. But eventually, I'm telling you, people, this whole streaming, digital, all that, it's eventually going to go up in smoke. It's busting. The bubble of it has busted. I do believe there's a physical media comeback. I think people are tired of this. I highly recommend, as I've always said, please buy your favorites on a physical copy. However, whatever physical copy you prefer, buy your favorites on physical. Us collectors are going to keep collecting. We're going to keep buying those new Blu-rays. We're going to keep buying those 4Ks. And if you want more Blu-rays and 4Ks, you've got to buy the Blu-rays and 4Ks. And you got to support the companies you want to support. Maybe myself and so many of others making videos and buying physical media and doing our part to spread the word of physical media along with these people in Hollywood that actually care about physical media. maybe we can help physical media, live, because that I feel like that's what we're doing anyways, right? So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on what Kevin Costner had to say here? Your thoughts on physical media, and all, leave me some comments. I really like it, reading and going through your comments and seeing what you guys have to say. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. That would be awesome if I earn your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you, and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or like this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media. It truly is the superior format. Godspeed.